Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. This is a morning yoga workout, another one from our morning series. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to watch future videos and also check out the past videos we've done like this. We're going to focus on your core and your hips as well as some balance postures in today's workout. This is totally beginner friendly, so just do your best. I'll walk you through the poses, give you some modifications as well. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Like the video if you find it helpful, and let's get started with a Warrior One. For Warrior One, you're going to start with your right leg forward and your left leg back, pointed out about 45 degrees. So find a nice comfortable lunge position. Square your hips toward the front, so the same direction that your front foot is facing, and then lift your arms overhead, straight up. Allow your back hip to press toward your front knee, feeling the deepening stretch through your groin. Make sure that there's no pinching in your low back, so you want to keep your spine low back neutral. And then press into the outer edge of your back foot so you feel your calf, your ankle stretching. As you inhale, think about getting taller. And then as you exhale, sink deeper into the pose. We're here for about 4 more breaths. And breathing in yoga is longer than your typical breathing, so think about 30 seconds. If you want your arms to feel a little bit more active here, pretend you're holding a volleyball overhead. And if you think that your shoulders are a little tense or your shoulders are coming up near the ears, you can bend your arms, and that's usually a better modification for guys with tight shoulders. 1 more breath here. And then release. Go ahead and stand back up, and we'll switch sides. So big step back with the right foot, again pointed out 45 degrees. Square your hips toward the front, and then press your back hip toward your front knee. Knee is going to be pretty much right above the ankle on your front foot. Again, you should feel that stretching through your groin. Also want to make sure that you're pressing into the outer edge of your back foot so you can feel your calf and your ankle stretching. And then lift your arms up overhead. Squeeze them as far back as they'll go so that you feel stretching through the shoulders, maybe some strengthening through the upper back muscles. And if there's discomfort there, you can bring your elbows down a little bit. Breathe in through your nose. Fill up all through your pelvic floor and up through your ribs. And then as you exhale, sink deeper into the pose. 3 more breaths here. You're going to feel your whole body working here. Your legs, it is challenging for your legs. It's just your body weight, but if you haven't done this a lot or you haven't done it before, then it's going to feel challenging for your legs, and that's okay. Don't shy away from something that's challenging. Just as long as it doesn't hurt, we're good. All right, go ahead and release. Stand back up. From here, we're going to go into a chair pose. Your big toes will touch. Your heels are about 1 inch apart. If that's uncomfortable for your groin or your private area, then you can separate your feet about 6 inches. Go ahead and allow your knees to bend forward. Bring your butt down and back. Make sure that your back stays flat. You want to think sticking your butt out behind you. Make sure that you're not rounding your butt down, but again, sticking it out behind you. Straight line from your pubic bone through your rib cage. Arms are overhead, biceps near the ears. Neck relaxed. Breathe in and out of your nose. And you're going to feel this in your lower body, obviously, but also through your abs and through your upper back. 1 more breath here. Sink a little bit deeper with the exhale. Heels down, and then stand up. Okay, nicely done. Next pose, we're going to go into a high lunge. Right leg forward, left leg back, and you're going to kind of rise up off your heel on your back foot, so you're just on the toes and the ball of the foot. That does take a little bit of balance, so if you notice that your balance is wavering here, you can hold on to something, you can steady yourself with a wall, that's fine. It's better to use some support rather than no support in improper technique. Allow your hips to sink forward. Your knee should stay mostly above the heel, but if it goes forward, that's okay. Just make sure that the heel stays down. Lift your arms up overhead, squeeze them as far back as you can. Breathe in and out of the nose. Squeeze your left hamstrings and glutes to help with stretching through the front of your left hip, your hip flexors. Just one more breath here. And we're going to move into a balance pose. Bring your arms along your sides, palm is facing back. Shift forward onto your right foot. Slowly lift that back leg up and come into airplane. So your goal here is to make a T shape with your body. That's pretty advanced though. So start with your chest lifted a bit higher. And then as you progress, maybe you can bring your chest closer to the ground. Make sure that your back stays neutral here. So you don't want your back rounding. You also don't want to arch your back. You want to have a nice, happy, neutral spine with your core engaged. Keep your back leg active, so toes pointing, squeezing the thigh. And if you do happen to have blocks or a foam roller, you can use your blocks to help balance. You don't have blocks, you can use a water bottle. Pretty much anything lying around that's just going to help with bringing the ground up a foot or so. So do your best here for another 10 seconds. Balance takes a while to develop, so if you're wobbly or you can't hold the pose, that's okay. You got to keep trying. And then go ahead and stand up, and we'll switch sides. By the way, I'm fatigued from this too. This shouldn't be easy. If you're fatigued, that's okay. Bring your right leg back, left leg is forward. Square your hips straight forward. All 10 toes are facing straight forward. Allow your hips to sink into this lunge. Make sure that your butt stays under your shoulders. Don't let your butt poke up behind you with your lower back arched. You can also dip that back knee to start, and that will allow your hips to open up. So you want to squeeze your back thigh, squeeze your quadriceps, squeeze your glutes. Bring your arms overhead. As you exhale, sink a little bit deeper into this. And you're going to feel this stretch primarily through your right hip flexors, but we're also going to feel stretching through your shoulders and your chest as you lift your arms up. And your whole body is going to be working here. Your ankles, your thighs, your hips, your core. And now from here, moving into that balance pose, airplane. Bring your arms along your sides. Shift forward, hinge forward. Put the weight into your left foot, and then as slow as you can, and that takes some time to develop, but do the best you can. Shifting into airplane. Straighten your left leg until you feel a stretch through your hamstrings. So you don't have to lock out the leg. You want to straighten it just till you feel that stretching through your hamstrings while keeping your back flat. Point your back toes, squeeze your thighs. Pull the chest forward and up. And this is a lot to do all at once. So if it's frustrating at first, I get it. It's a lot to remember. Just do your best. And with consistency, it's going to get a lot easier. Cool thing is, it doesn't take that long to notice that you're feeling better and feeling stronger. So if you can do this stuff for just a couple of weeks, you're probably going to feel a lot better in your body. One more breath here. All right. And then go ahead and come back to that lunge. Stand back up. Nicely done. We're going to switch to a side angle from here. So next pose, come into a wide stance. Toes facing slightly in. Turn your right foot to face forward. Keep your hips and your shoulders facing toward the outside. And then bend into a lunge with your knee tracking over the middle toes. Press your back hip into your front hip. You're going to feel a lot of opening through your groin here, particularly through your inner left thigh. Bring your arms out in opposite directions, right arm reaching forward, left arm reaching back. And then bring your right wrist inside your right knee. Extend your left arm up, palm facing forward or facing out. As you exhale, you can bend deeper into that lunge. Make sure that your knee squeezes toward the right side here. Don't let it cave in toward the inside. Side angle is really good for your hips, your core. We've also got a really nice opening through your back and your chest here. One more breath, because this is difficult. And then straighten that right leg until you feel a stretch through the inner thigh. So you might not have to straighten it that much. Pushing your back hip toward your front hip toward your back hip. If you have that block, that foam roller, you can rest that on the ground inside your front foot. If you don't have it, you don't need it. You can also lightly rest your hand on the ankle. Keep that left arm extended, or if you want a little bit more support for balance, you can bring your left hand to your left hip. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose. You're going to feel this stretching through your inner right thigh now. This is really good for helping to reduce strain in your low back from hip tightness. One more breath here. And then go ahead and release. You're going to bend back into Warrior Two. Straighten up. Turn your right foot in. And then bring your legs back together. All right, now we're going to bring your left leg forward and your right leg back so we can go into that wide stance again. Turn your left foot to face forward. Keep your back foot facing just slightly to the inside, about 80 or 85 degrees. Hips and shoulders face toward the outside. Bend into your left knee. Keep that knee tracking over the middle toe. Make sure it's not caving in toward the middle. So squeezing it out. You're going to feel your glute, your left glute engage as you do that. Push your back hip into your front hip. You want your hips leading this and your shoulders follow. You should feel a lot of opening through your groin as you're doing this. Keep your chest nice and upright. Chin in toward the throat, your chest nice and open. Arms come out in opposite directions. Bring that left wrist inside the left knee. Extend your right arm up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, sink deeper into the lunge. Again, side angle. Really great full body poses. One of my favorites for the morning. And by the way, if you're liking this morning workout, be sure to check out the rest of the workouts in this morning series. We're going to have more of them coming out in the next week. We usually release videos on Tuesdays. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Hopefully that was enough distraction to get you through that pose. We've got one more breath. And then straighten through that left leg until you feel the stretch to the inner thigh. Your left arm can rest on the left ankle if necessary. For a more active variation, you can bring it, reach toward the ground, but don't relax the hand on the ground. And extend your arms in opposite directions. Really focus on opening up through the chest. And use your core and your hip strength to hold yourself in an upright position here. And what we're doing right now, this more active form of holding a posture is going to help with increasing flexibility more quickly. When you can combine strength with flexibility, you're going to notice much quicker progress than just flexibility and passive stretching alone. One more breath. Take it back to that Warrior Two stance. Knee bent, straighten the leg, turn it in, and then bring your feet back together. All right, one more pose here. You can think of this as an aspirational pose. We're going to be doing dancer. This is a great balancing posture, really good for your hips and your core, but it can be challenging. So just do your best and don't get mad at yourself if you can't do it the first try, or the second try, or the fifth try. So start with your right leg. You're going to bring your left foot in toward your butt, best you can. Reach back, grab the big toe side of your left foot. Make sure that your bicep faces out as you do that, externally rotating the arm. Bring your right arm up, straight toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, kick hard into your left hand, and then reach forward with your right hand. So your right hand moves forward as your left leg moves back. You can keep that right leg slightly bent. To help with balance, look at a non-moving point straight in front of you at about eye level. And if you need some help with balance here, it's totally fine to hold on to something. You can put your hand on a wall. You can hold on to a couch, whatever you have available. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose. That's something that's really hard to do at first, to maintain that slow, controlled breathing. But as you practice, it gets a lot easier. You start to do it without really thinking about it after a few weeks. And again, being consistent is the best way to get to that point. All right, go ahead and release. You've got one more side, one more attempt. Stand on your left foot. Bring your right heel in toward your butt. Again, we want to turn that arm to face out as we grab the big toe side. Lift your left arm up, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, press back hard into your right hand with the right foot, reach forward with your left hand, keep your chest up, and make sure that you keep your abs working here, same muscles you would feel working in a plank to help protect your back. A lot of the reason we have back pain is because we just don't use our hips and our core muscles enough. So if you can work on this slow, controlled movement, that's going to help develop those muscles, and that's going to help with addressing back pain over time. But again, consistency. And we make that really easy through programs with our app and our members area. Be sure to check that out. Link in the description below. 10 more seconds. Keep trying. Take a break if you need it. And then go ahead and release. Okay, guys, more of these videos coming out. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. The next series in this next video in this series is going to be more of a calming workout to help you with calm and focus for the morning. So check that out. It's going to be live probably in a week or so here. And again, we usually release videos on Tuesdays. So subscribe. You'll be the first to know when that comes out. Please like this video if you found it useful. It's really helpful for me and helping us reach more people. Leave a comment if you have a question or some feedback. And again, if you're looking for more of a program, be sure to check out the app in the members area. That's the best way to be consistent and to make sure you're making progress and really feeling the results of a consistent strength-focused yoga practice. And of course, ours are made specifically with men in mind. So if you're a guy, hopefully you like this. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.